What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Naruto Online. Today we're going to be doing some tips and tricks for the nature training, namely the lightning one, earth one, and also the water one. So I'm just going to go through them in order. I'm going to try to keep this as brief as possible, and I just want to give a small disclaimer that all these tricks might not work for you. They're just things that I found that could be useful in making your team. So first off, we're going to start off with the lightning team. So the first thing you should know about the lightning team is that Mabui gives a buff that basically makes all of them unkillable for 2 rounds. So in the first 2 rounds, you can drop them all the way down to 1 HP, but they still won't die. So round 3 is the first time they can start dying. Another thing that I've noticed, but I'm not sure applies to all levels, is that you generally have faster initiative than all of them. So you can use all your mysteries and standards before they even get a chance. So yeah, that's pretty much some of the things that you should know. Some other things that I would recommend for the lightning one is basically have a mass interrupter. Edo Minato is good for this. Sage of Six Paths Naruto is also good for it. But it's kind of difficult if you don't have someone who can do that. Now, for the people I would recommend targeting in lightning, personally for me the most annoying ones that I go for is first Guy, Gate of Shock, because he does a lot of damage with both his mystery and his standard attack. So I try to kill him, or at least control him to my best of ability. After that, I generally go attack one of the healers like C or Mabui. But after that, I'd really try to kill Omoi, because Omoi is really hard to kill if he dodges your mystery every round. Alright, next up we're going to do the water team. The water team is probably one of the hardest nature trainings that I've done. We haven't seen the the fire one or the wind one yet, but this one is really difficult out of these 3. All of the guys in water except for Kabuto have dodge, a permanent dodge that you can't get rid of using a Han or Madara 5k mystery, so don't try it, it doesn't work. And also, they do have a decent amount of damage going, especially Sage Kabuto. But other than that, this team is pretty easy if you could get rid of that dodge. So if you have Edo Minato, he absolutely wrecks everyone in this one. However, for the majority of people who don't have Edo Minato, this level is fairly difficult, and I have a couple of tips that could help, but I can't guarantee that they'll always work. So one of the strategies that I thought of using is Undodgeable mysteries. So 1010 is one of them. I'll throw up some other ones up here, like that one, Edo Hiruzen. Yeah. So there's a decent amount, and they can work, but it's kind of difficult to keep them from being controlled, which is the biggest problem I have with using these guys. Edo Hiruzen is really good though, if you have him, because he can go through dodge. So yeah, dodge, undodgeable mysteries are really good. Undodgeable standards are something else that you should consider. I personally haven't tried them, but it could be a good possibility. And another thing that we tried was using Water Main, having hair Poison Tie, which actually worked out pretty well. If you use a water cancer team using Poison Tie, you can basically survive through the entire battle while just poisoning them to death, and it does work. However, living through it is a difficult task if you don't have the correct ninjas for it, but that's another possibility. And I think that's about it for the water one. I would usually go for Sage Kabuto to kill him first, because he's the easiest to aim for with a mystery, because he doesn't have the dodge. And also he revives everyone whenever someone dies. If someone has died, his standard turns into a revive, and it's very annoying. Sage Kabuto also does by far the most damage out of everyone. Maybe Edo Zabuza has a chance of beating him, but other than that, I would watch out for Sage Kabuto. Now, Earth Training, personally, I find Earth Training the easiest out of all the other nature trainings that we have this week. But Earth Training has some quirks in that the top team, or actually no, the entire team has super armor, so you can't actually chase any of them using like high flow or knockdown like that, which makes it slightly difficult to fight. And also, I have noticed that Earth team has the same initiative like as you. So, or yeah, this top team has the same initiative. This bottom team has a really low initiative. So you can see the top team can use their mysteries just fine, while the bottom team won't use their mysteries until after everyone else is done. Now the top team here, this is like the most dangerous team because all of these guys have a self-healing method. I don't know about Shikamaru. Shikamaru might not, but I think Kakuzu does heal him. But Choji heals himself, Ino heals herself, and others. Hashirama does. And yeah, it's quite a nightmare. And the bottom team here, this is a control team, so Inochi controls, Shikaku controls, Yamato can control. And it makes for quite the nightmare if you don't have immune ninjas. So immune ninjas are very important for this. And also, if you can't interrupt Hashirama, it becomes a nightmare as well. Because he gets rid of barriers. And it's not fun. And I think that there's some buff that allows one of them to become uninterruptible, which is also kind of annoying if you're using Sage 6 pass, so I'd be careful about that. Now for the people I aim for, you can't really aim for anyone in this mode because everyone has super armor, but I personally try to kill Choji first because Choji does a lot of damage. Like his damage really stacks up over time. But after that, for me, I just keep on spamming my Sage 6 pass mystery, but it would be way more difficult for you guys. But I haven't really played around with other teams. The biggest thing is just kind of blitzing them, because another thing I forgot to mention is Shikamaru actually, I believe, gives a buff that increases everyone's like defensive resistance by 100%, which makes things very annoying. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed this shorter video. I've been like grinding out tons of videos lately, so a bit shorter, but I think it's gonna be pretty helpful. And yeah. Anyways, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.